Welcome to the Holistic Ritual. I'm your host, Kamela Celeste. Thank you for joining me today for another holistic ritual. Maybe you're noticing that this week's energy might be feeling big, heavy, unsettling. And if we're looking at things astrologically speaking, it's because it is.
You're listening to The Holistic Ritual, a podcast for holistic health-minded humans seeking mind, body, spirit well-being. Hosted by Kamela Celeste, IIN holistic health coach, former personal trainer, and meditation guide. With over a decade of experience guiding transformation and whole person healing, you're invited into the practice of guided meditations, affirmation readings, and spiritual insights through a holistic wellness lens. Blending ancient wisdom with modern science, this space supports you in releasing, renewing, and reconnecting with your inner wisdom. Cultivating a sanctuary you can return to each week as your own holistic ritual. Without further ado, let's get into the episode.
This week on September 7th, we have the lunar eclipse in Pisces. Eclipses are a way of shaking things up, shaking things loose, to really pull away from old illusions, routines we've outgrown, and anything that is out of alignment in our lives. So I like to think about eclipses as like a super duper cosmic clean out. Things during this time period could feel like they are shifting very quickly, happening unexpectedly, but you are not alone in experiencing these things. It can almost feel like you are out of place or feeling a little bit restless or uncomfortable, but that is the point. The eclipse is here to dissolve those patterns, those stories, those limiting beliefs you keep telling yourself that are not serving you anymore. They're tired. It's a tired story that keeps popping back up, but it's not the truth and it's not aligned with you potentially. The cosmos wants to make room for you. The universe wants to make room for you for the most aligned things to come into your life. And it can only do that. You can only invite what is the most aligned for your highest self when there is space for it. And then later this week, the 10th through the 13th, we step into a different kind of energy where the sun is making a cazimi to Mercury. And this is like a little calm after the storm kind of feeling. It can bring sudden downloads, different breakthroughs in communication, if communication's been a little rougher towards the beginning of the week with yourself or other people. And then those like really light bulb moments where everything just starts falling into place, everything kind of just starts making more sense. So some important conversations could come up, gaining better clarity about what your next move needs to be could come about during this time, or just overall kind of just feeling a little bit lighter after we just started eclipse season. So these two events really just bring us some powerful cosmic messages to clear out what's no longer aligned, anything that's feeling stagnant, and then really pay attention to the wisdom that follows the eclipse on the 7th. It is a great time for really leaning into connecting with your spirit guides, meditating, taking some time to sit with yourself, like we will do here in just a little bit to do our meditation for today. But really just pay attention to the messages you are receiving, repeating angel numbers, any gut feelings, or kind of like things that are being revealed during this time. Really pay attention to those because they're going to help you as you move forward through the rest of September and the rest of fall and into winter. And the inspiration or idea behind today's meditation really is to help us kind of move through this. It is really designed to help you root into your breath, to use it as your anchor through all of this kind of crazy up and down energy that we may be experiencing this week. And because the energy can kind of feel a little sticky, I am going to light some Palo Santo for us. just know that if you are not watching, hopefully my voice will help you to experience the cleansing in audio form. And if you are watching, cleansing you with some Palo Santo just to open. And we'll set that aside. Hopefully that helps your energy reset. And now let's pull some cards. Today I have an oracle deck here, and I'm going to be pulling 2 different cards. So whichever card you feel most drawn to pick, whether it be card 1 or card 2. The backs of them all look the same, so I can't really show you anything in terms of that, but whatever number is calling to you right now, you feel drawn to. And you can take these cards as individual messages, or you can receive both of them if it feels good to you. And let's see what comes up for card number 1. The card is Share Your Voice, Come Out of the Cave, Persecution, and Expression. So I'm just going to flip to the guidebook to read the deeper meaning behind this card. Okay, share your voice. You are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship, or through writing, speaking, singing, or in some form of creative expression. We each hold a deep truth within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, we also heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe, a call, a missing piece of your home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound current on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silenced or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life-changing for you. And as we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak it, the clearer it gets. There's never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, and share your soul's voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. And as we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. Express yourself, share your voice, speak to those who can hear you. So with this card, share your voice, and with the energy of the Kazemi happening later this week, really paying attention to the spiritual downloads that you get earlier in the week as the start of the eclipse starts to kind of shake things up. As I was saying, the end of the week is a good time to have any really deep, important conversations. And really, if you have been thinking about starting anything during this time period, we had a brutal Mercury retrograde in July, and I know a lot of things came up for me, especially surrounding my business, my offerings, now doing readings that combine the holistic wellness wheel and a little bit of ritual and a little bit of astrology into something that's really unique. And that download came for me during this last retrograde. And yeah, I really had been doubting myself and doubting my capabilities, doubting if anybody would even freaking care. But yeah, the point is, if you have been thinking about anything, you've been thinking about starting a blog or starting a food Instagram account or starting a TikTok or wanting to somehow put your voice out there. Maybe it's going to a writer's workshop where you get to perform your poetry. Anything that you have been thinking about, this is your sign. Share your voice card is your sign. This is the go ahead. You have the green light from the universe here that this is something that you need to do. The world needs to hear what you have to say, especially when it is rooted in love and kindness and creativity and joy and sharing our truths. All right, I think that's all I want to say about that. So hopefully if you picked card number 1, that resonated with you. And if not, here is card number 2. As I'm shuffling, kind of waiting for whatever the universe needs us to hear right now. Maybe thinking about anything you've been ruminating on lately, anything that's been on your mind lately. And the card that popped out is transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. And how fitting with eclipse season, as we just heard, it is here to shake things up and to remove things that are not aligned with your path. So let me find it in the guidebook. Okay, transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. You are not who you were a year ago or who you will soon be. You are in between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within your cells. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, or freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. Old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed as you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without attachment. They loosen their grip and fall away. You are being called to find new ways to self-soothe. Saturn and the Black Madonna and the African goddess Ashun influence this card. Saturn represents deconstruction and transformation, and the Black Madonna represents the underground and all that has been cast aside. Ashun represents the tender love of the original mother. A red reading is happening. Healing at the deepest levels. While you are in this phase, don't pull yourself under pressure to perform. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps even shifting your diet or exercise regimen, or getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. You are deeply loved. And this one comes with an affirmation. I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. So this card definitely ties into the eclipse energy of shaking things up, of bringing things to the surface that maybe we have been pushing down, to come into this realization that even if we don't think we need transformation or we don't think we're transforming, the work could be within you. The transformation could be happening within you, if not on the outside. And then, yes, just a review of your daily routines, your own rituals, your own habits, your diet and exercise routines. Are those still serving you right now? Do they need to be transformed? Just a couple of things that could be coming up. But the transformation card is a very powerful card, in my opinion. I always seem to pull it when I am going through some type of big, even just internal transformation. Hold on to your message. It could spark some of the themes that come up during our meditation, or just it could land later in your day when you are not expecting it. Now, let's transition into our meditation for today. You'll know when our practice comes to a close, as I will open and close with my tuning fork. And this way you can just deeply rest during the meditation. You don't have to worry if there's a long pause, whether it's over or not. I know I can get really anxious whenever I'm doing a guided meditation, and I don't know if it's the ending or not. So I will have to come out of my flow state, look at my screen to check, and if it's not over, then it's like, well, okay. Now I have to kind of get back into tune into my inner world, to myself, to my breath, to my body, because I just got kind of kicked out of it. So to alleviate that, I will be using my tuning fork for this meditation. And just start by getting comfortable wherever you are in your space. You can sit down, you can lie down. Just make sure your back feels supported. And close your eyes if you'd like. And this practice is what I like to call your breathing anchor. It is a way to root back into yourself, into the present moment. It's here to support you, softening anxiety, lowering your stresses, gently guiding your body and mind back into a place of calm. And if you're seated, can you start to soften any tension? Just allowing your spine to follow its natural curve. And if you're lying down, feeling your spine supported by the surface beneath it. And let yourself feel held by gravity. Start to draw your awareness inward, tuning out the noise of the outside world for just a little while. As you are tuning in, begin to bring your awareness to your breath. There's no need to change it. Just notice where in your body do you feel the breath most clearly. Is it in your nostrils when you breathe in through your nose? Is it through the expansion of your chest? The rise and fall of your belly? The breath is your anchor. It can always bring you back to the here and now. Allow yourself to drop in just a little deeper, recognizing where you're holding on to tension, and see if you can send the breath to that area. Noticing how the natural rise and fall of your stomach, the soft expanding of your ribs, and the way your breath moves through your throat, down the back of your spine, and really take up space here in your body. And let go of how you think it should feel. And just meet yourself exactly as you are in this moment. And getting into more of a rhythmic breathing. Taking a big inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. And again, big inhale through the nose, holding at the top. And exhale, let everything go. One more time with me. Inhale through the nose, holding at the top, and release and let everything go. And you can continue to breathe like this, in through your nose, holding at the top, and big long exhale for just a couple more breaths. But you don't need to force anything. Just notice how your body feels after each exhale. And if your mind starts to wander, bring it back to the rhythm of your breath. And wherever you are, deeply inhaling, holding, and exhaling. Make this your final breath. And then just return to breathing normally again. Notice if anything is coming up, any stories, any emotions. What does this moment feel like in your belly, in your chest, in your head, your shoulders, your neck, your feet, hands, legs, arms, fingertips, toes? As you're noticing these sensations, the tension you hold in your body, just sink deeper to your seat, to the ground. Notice how tense you felt in these areas in your body when we started, and how those areas feel now. And letting the breath be your guide. You're still holding on to any tension in those areas, anything that's lingering. Send a few deep, long exhales to these areas. And as your body starts to soften, your mind might wander. See if you can gently observe your thoughts and feelings without getting pulled in. Let them come up and slowly pass, just like clouds through the sky, letting your thoughts come and go. And each time coming back to your breath again and again, so it helps you be fully in this moment. Every inhale, every exhale, each breath is a chance to begin again. And let your breath remind you you are here. You may not have all the answers or know what comes next, but in this moment, you are safe. You are allowed to be here, to slow down. And now, just be. Be with yourself, your body, your breathing. And as we begin to wrap up this practice, gently bringing your awareness back to the space around you. Take your time, slowly blinking your eyes open whenever you're ready. Notice the sounds near you, around you. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice what your breath is doing. You can take as long as you need here and let yourself transition gently from this moment into whatever comes next. And if you need a few moments, you can go ahead and pause the recording here for some extra moments of silence. And thank yourself for being here, for practicing today. Thank you for joining me here today in this space. I hope that you remember that your breath is always here to anchor you anytime you need it throughout the week. And I know we don't always have time to sit down and do this meditation or practicing mindfulness whenever it is available to us. Even if that means taking 3 long, deep breaths before we go into a really big meeting, a presentation, before we have a tough conversation. Really just letting your breath be that clearing for you, letting it ground you before you take the next action. If you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed this practice, I'd love for you to share it with someone who could use just a little bit more mindfulness and some deep breaths in their day. And if you're not already subscribed, be sure and hit the subscribe button so that you can come back to your weekly holistic ritual. Until the next one, take care.